Hello everyone. So today here I have a pretty special find. Um this is a fossil um bucking Bronco. It is from 1994. I found it today at this antique shop. This is technically vintage, not antique, but it is super cool. I feel like there was no videos on this when I looked it up on YouTube, so I decided to make my own. I feel like a lot of watches out there, especially brands that a lot of watch collectors don't or think are terrible or don't appreciate, aren't out there for like even in recorded history. I mean, finding any information on this watch was pretty rough. So back to the watch. I bought this watch for 100, or no, sorry. I bought this watch for $55. Considering the condition and everything, it was, in my opinion, well worth it. I've seen watches sell with a really bad band, scratches all over the crystal, for like $105, and then inbox with papers and pretty mint condition watches go for like maybe 300, 350, if you're lucky, or if you know someone that really wants this exact watch. This was a Western take from Fossil back in 1994. You can argue that 1994 was Fossil's like prime, when they were coming up in the watch industry. The 90s really, they had a lot of growth. So that's enough yapping. Let's get to looking at this watch. So we have this beautiful tin right here in the back. It just says, "Not just another face in the crowd." If you can see right here, it's just a little plain. A lot of detail on this on this tin case. For this being 31 years old, it's absolute perfect condition. I was talking to the seller a little bit, and she was just like, "We got this from an estate sale. He had a bunch of watches, and a lot of them just never moved." So my assumption is he bought this watch, and he just kind of set it somewhere, maybe on display. But the battery was not running. I changed the battery in it, just to get the watch, make sure the watch is running again, and all that good stuff. But yeah, without further ado, let's open this case. It has two little clamps on each side. When they come off, it just like that. And we're greeted by the paperwork, and this is just basic paperwork, basically stating like this is how much the parts cost. And it's crazy, in 31 years the battery price is only raised, I think I saw one for like $6, so that's pretty nice. Inflation hasn't got that yet. Yeah, so it says it has a 11-year warranty, which, I mean, that means it only really expired 20 years ago, so that's pretty cool. And this watch was gorgeous. I saw it in the case. It was surrounded by just like lesser, just kind of random watches, and it was really a standout for me. I didn't look up like a price or anything like that. Wasn't really my intent. I just liked the watch, and I really do enjoy watches. So it has a leather kind of like stitched band. Has the Fossil logo in it, which this band, and like I said, this is never worn. I mean, they couldn't tell me for certain it was never worn, but I mean, just the condition, it being 31 years old, and just no sign of anything really stood out to me as never worn. It is a limited edition. I am going to take it out of its boxing here, just to give you a better look. Here we go. All right, I'm going to set this case off to the side, just so we can get kind of into the watch more. So as I was saying, this band, it's kind of like, it's like two leather pieces, and then there's like leather stitching, and I really like it. It this is the most gorgeous part right here. This dial and the whole face of this watch is just gorgeous. Has a nice I don't know, a nice contrast between, you know, the cowboy and the bucking Bronco. The Fossil logo in some sort of cursive just really stand out, and the lasso coming around. This watch is just gorgeous, and I'm no cowboy, I'm no anything, but I can appreciate um, Western aspects of American culture, and this thing was just really beautiful. It wasn't running when I got it, but obviously never worn, never touched. The battery probably died. I don't know. That was 25 years ago. But yeah, it's just a gorgeous dial, gorgeous. It's just a gorgeous piece. I mean, I really just fell in love with it, and I don't think, if I posted this in r/watches, everyone would just flame this watch because, you know, oh, it's a Fossil. Who cares about that watch? That's just whatever. But I mean, Fossil has a rich history in watches. Um, I'm not saying like I'm a Fossil fanatic or even anything like that, but I'm just really really enamored by this watch. It's just a beautiful watch. And so on the back here we got is stamping say assembled in Hong Kong, but under that sticker we can see it is 1,831 out of 20,000 watches made, which seemed like a lot, but 30,000 or 20,000 watches surviving 31 years. Most people probably just put this right on their wrist and wore it out that day until it fell apart. And it's just, I think more watches should get covered. Watches that are not Rolex or AP, or if there's a beautiful watch, and I think the watch community as a whole is kind of collective hater to most watches that aren't big brands or automatic watches, and it's sad, but also understandable. I mean, there's cultures and subdivisions in every I would say hobby, but most people wouldn't consider it a hobby, more like most collectors. But for the average person like me, I really enjoy this dial. Um, it was, I don't know, it was just like, it was calling to me when I got it. So I think this is gonna wrap up the video. I just kind of want to show it off and just let everyone know this exists and it's gorgeous. And I thought about selling it, but I think I'm just gonna hold on to it. It's never been worn, but it might just be worn by me. For now, though, I'm gonna keep it in the case until I'm ready to slap it on. I'll slap it on just so you guys can see what it looks like. So I guess technically now it's been worn, but it's really really comfortable so far. Let's see. So kind of throw it on there. It is a smaller watch set. I forget exact specs right now. I think it's I think it's a 34. So it's smaller than the average watch today. Um, it sits very beautifully. It's comfortable. I mean, this leather band is super perfect. It's not even worn or anything yet. So I feel like this watch would last me for years to come. Let me know what you guys think of this watch. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree about classisms in watch collecting, and just what people think based on like, well, if it's not Rolex, not AP. I mean, especially with Fossil and how in the earlier 2000s people thought they sold out or they're just a fashion brand, and there's a big stigma about fashion brands and watches where they're just selling shit watches but that look good. I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, there's consumers and there's collectors, and the collector's always going to go for the very nice technical pieces. But something like this, where it's just like a beautiful watch, can't go wrong. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, have a great day.